competitive place, and that's exactly what makes him great. And so I think it's going to be our job, Gary, to be smart about the situations that we're putting him in. We wouldn't put him out here if we thought there was a risk for further injury, but he's done a great job with the rehab. And so similar to Kyren, but he's actually participate, being able to do some of the 7-on and things like that. We'll continue to increase Jalen's workload, and it's been good getting him out here.
And with Stafford today, was that
part of the plan?
Part of the plan?
Yes.
Not a reaction to how much throwing he did the other day?
No, it was. We've always kind of stayed true to the first day of the. This one's a 3-day bucket. He'll work tomorrow, and you'll see him do a similar workload to what he did last week.
How about with Ernest Jones? Was it just a rest day or a little more than that?
Yeah, just different personnel and things like that.
You've mentioned Tutu a few times during camp, and a lot of things have been said in training camp for a lot of reasons, but he had several impressive plays here that all the fans saw. Why do you think he's been making this step that you're talking about, and what do you anticipate?
I think he's done the right kind of things. I think he's listening to his coaching, from Coach Yarber, Coach Olsen, have done a really good job, and he's capable of it too. I think some of it too is just the opportunity. So been really pleased with the approach, Greg, that he's taken going into year 2, and so it's one thing to do it in practice, it's another thing to do it in situations that really count. So want to see this stuff continue to translate, but I think he can draw some confidence being able to make these plays in some game-like settings.
That said, with the game-like settings, and we ask you this every year, obviously, but is he someone you would like to see play in the preseason, or are you thinking more of the joint practices for him?
I think so. I think we'll continue to work through that, but he's a guy that, he hasn't had a lot of game experience, and so different than some of those guys, while we do expect him to be able to have a role and contribute in a big way, he still is a young player that probably falls in line with playing in the preseason.
And then I walked up late, so I'm so sorry if
You're
you
good.
asked this already. It's not about Matthew. But at the end there, you came over to the defensive sideline and had a message. Can you kind of describe what was going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that go on. Sometimes when we try to simulate game-like settings where it's a move the ball, we're working subs going. We want to be sharp with our operation in terms of substitutions, communications, and really it starts with us as coaches and then the players being able to follow suit. But there was a lot of good things that went on defensively. I'm not exactly sure which moment you had seen. Depending upon when it was, it might have been happy and it might have been really pissed. So you never know.
Didn't see Leonard Floyd out here today.
Yeah, we were just being smart with him. He was feeling a little something, in his lower half. So we just said, hey, let's just be smart. And so nothing to worry about. But Reggie, kind of has a good feel for our guys, and we always err on the side of caution with some of those vets.
And then, what's your evaluation of the tight end group to this point? Specifically, Blanton and
Sure.
Hopkins had moments late last season.
Yeah.
But where they kind of have to.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I think getting Tyler Higbee back, he's one of the most complete tight ends in this league, Gary. There's definitely going to be spots that we want to utilize both those players. We feel like those guys were able to use their experience to be able to translate that to confidence going into training camp. Been very pleased. Thomas has done a great job leading that group, and the way that I look at it is, we got some good depth behind those 3, but really those 3 guys have played in real games that are big-time games, whether it's, the plays Bryson's making in the Super Bowl. I can even think about his first catch of the year was on a big 3rd down on Tuesday night against Seattle. And then Kendall being able to get some confidence, playing as much as he did in both the NFC Championship and then even, the first half of the Super Bowl. So I think those guys picked up where they left off. We want to see them continue to improve, but we've got 3 guys we feel good about in that room.
A couple more. Shelton seems like, obviously, you guys are limited in what you're able to do, but he seems like he's ready to be physical if the moment were to allow.
Sure.
Is that sort of a welcome chippiness, I guess?
Oh, yeah. I think he's a tough competitor, Jordan. He's really starting to separate himself, amongst those guys. Been really pleased with him. I think he can play any of the 3 interior spots because of some of the ways that we've moved guys around. He's gotten a lot of work at the center and the guard position. I think he's had an outstanding camp, and, he's going to play a big role for us.
With the young guys in the front 7, Sean, has anybody stood up to you?
I think it's still early on. There's flashes. What I think is good is that every day, when we kind of cut up some of the team stuff, usually it's a guy, being able to show some things here and there. Those younger guys are getting it. They're making strides in the right directions. I've mentioned Hardy before, but for the most part, it's been a good contribution from all of those guys. But want to see it consistently day in and day out.
Coach, you're getting to the last few days of camp. Do you feel like you're in that good spot? Is there something you want to hit on before, Wednesday?
Sure. We've got a lot of work to do. I look at it as really we're just transitioning back to Kowloon. A lot of our daily workloads will be very similar, but we sure can't afford to miss any ops to come out here, get better. I think there were some things that I expect the overall operation to be much sharper for us to be where we need to be. We have some time, but I think our level of urgency needs to start picking up a little bit. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Sean.
All right.